Greetings, beautiful ones. Welcome back to the Let's Chat podcast. So I am actually doing this particular podcast by myself today, and Beauty Boss is unavailable. She's out of town right now. So I am starting a series on the Let's Chat podcast called What's Your Story? And with this, I'm going to showcase women, spiritual women who are working on the forefront to help transform and change lives. Spiritually, metaphysically, holistically, all of that, right? And why I'm doing this is because I feel like there are so many amazing women that are on the front line that we never know, that we never get to talk about, because it seems like everything is so recycled right now. Like, if you're not famous or if you're not a celebrity, nobody gets to hear your story. Nobody gets to know about you. So I am creating the platform for women who are operating in their purpose, changing lives, and using their gifts to do so. This is such a powerful series because you never know. You may be next. You may be the next one that I reach out to and say, hey, let's chat about how you are using your gifts to change the world. If you feel like you have a story you want to tell, if you feel like you have something you want to share, make sure you reach out to us at Team Angels with Fran. I'd love to hear your story, and I'd love to help you share your story with the world, because that's what we do here. We uplift, we inspire, we motivate, and we empower women to be their absolute best self. So let's jump into it. Let's chat. All right. Hey, what's up, beautiful ones? How you doing? Good. All right, so here is the second installation of Let's Chat. So the first installation was just me and Asia talking about just whatever. But I started thinking about this, and I wanted this series to have more meaning. So I wanted to bring to you guys women who are changing the world in powerful ways that some may say behind the scene, but really we're not behind the scene. They're on the forefront, like they're on the front lines. However, sometimes you never know those beings because they're not Hollywood celebrities, or they're not people that, are famous, but they're famously changing the world metaphysically, holistically, and spiritually. And these women are bosses. And my purpose with this podcast is to put before you women that I know are real, who are relatable, who have a story to tell and can help you change your life, right? So I could just go into this long story, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let her talk about herself because I have so many wonderful things to say about this person, right? Like genuinely, like for real, like in real life. But I met this person years ago. She heard me on a podcast. We started talking. Then we ended up in the same room speaking. And we were just connected. Like, we haven't talked and we just realized 4 years, but we still vibe. We're still in the energetic vibe of each other, but we still love each other like that. Like, there's this soul bond. And I've watched her, getting emotional, I don't know why, but y'all know I'm a big crybaby. Okay. So I've watched her really like change into this amazing holistic healer. Like, she does so many amazing things and she's touching people's lives, and it's just this energy and the spirit that's within her that's just overflowing. And it was overflowing from the moment I met her, and it's still overflowing. So without further ado, I want her to introduce herself to you. Tell us who you are.
Hi, thank you, Fran. I am Marlene Montaño, and I am the co-founder of Wellness for the Soul, which is a holistic and wellness business. I have been in the industry of healing for, I would say now, a little bit over 10 years. And so, but the journey started first of all with me. right? And so going through a healing journey, a little bit about my story, going healing, my own healing journey. I've had, gotten out of a marriage of over, 7 years. And so during that marriage, there was, there was a lot of toxicity. There was, narcissist behavior. And so there was a lot of healing that needed to happen. And so during my journey of when I started my healing is when you and I met. And so, single mom of 4, running my business as a healer, taking customers and clients in, whether it was healing, whether it was through nutrition, holistic healing nutrition, whether it was training in the gym, I'm doing it all, right? Coaching, healing, and on top of that, having the opportunity to connect with people. And through that journey, I, fast forward to where I'm at right now is now still in the healing path, where I work one-on-one with clients, but I also in group sessions. And so through my journey, I got into a leadership program, and within that leadership program, it has evolved to now me also being part of that leadership program, being part of the the leader of the coaches, running a team. And when you're a healer, wherever you walk, healing will take place.
Oh my gosh, you are so right about that. And I just think, first of all, I want to applaud you for stepping up to the call. Like there are so many times we have this, we're purposely driven, but we don't drive, right? We have all these things that we can do and we should be doing in the world, but we just stay stuck. But the thing that I find so phenomenal about you is that our stories are a lot alike. Like, we both have had those relationship things, dealing with our children, and really still working in our purpose, which is not easy because we are extremely human and things are still happening in our lives, and we're tapped in. But even though you're tapped in, sometimes there are things that happen that you're just like, hey, wait a minute. But the fact that you have honored most of your gifts, I don't think you've honored them all. I still think there's some in there. But the fact that you're honoring your gifts and you're moving forward, talk to us about what that looks like. So let's just say I came to you and I was going through that same struggle that you had gone through. How would you heal me? Because you're a healer of sorts, even in your, whether it's weight loss. I remember I've talked to you about weight loss before. You came and you taught yoga in Jamaica for us, and everybody was just like, this is the best yoga I've ever done. I mean, we was just like, whoa, okay, this is good. And we've talked about that. Then I saw you doing the group sessions where you were doing the challenges and things like that. So let's just say, because I know people are going to want to get in touch with you after this. I know that. My first question would be, let me back up. Do you do things online, right? You do things online as well, right? So I wouldn't have to be where you were. You could help me even if I wasn't there, right?
That is correct.
So if I came to you and I was heartbroken because my relationship ended, and I had all kind of other things that happened, because we emotionally eat, we emotionally do negative self-talk to us. What would be the process of me starting with you?
Number one is being aware, right? The awareness process of seeing why you're doing what it is that you're doing.
Right.
Okay. How do we break through that? Right. Okay. What is going to allow you to break through those limited beliefs mentally, right? how are we going to change your habits every day so that you choose something different every single day physically?
Ooh.
Right? Are you emotionally eating? And if you are, then that tells me that you're disconnected, one, from your intuition, because our bodies are also followed by that intuition. And so when you eat intuitively, you're nourishing the body according to what your body is asking from you versus just emotionally because you feel some kind of way, right?
Yeah.
It's a process. It really is a process. One is the habits, right? The awareness where it came from. It could have come from, when you were a little kid, how is it that you dealt with emotions? What triggered it for you? What is happening in your life at this moment that is triggering those habits right at this moment? Because we develop depending on what it is that we gravitate towards what it is that's happening in our life in that moment,
right.
And so everything is also energetically, right? How is your energy? Depending on how you're eating, your chakras, which are connected also to your body, is going to react to your physical health, your emotional health, your energetic health.
And you know what? Okay, so let me say this. All of the things that you just said, I've gone to a nutritionist before, right? And they didn't talk to me about that kind of alignment, right? They didn't go into your chakras and the trauma and the, you may hear emotional eater, but you never hear what that means and how do I deal with that? So I think that is so amazing that not only do you have the gift because of your own life, but because you are connected spiritually, you're receiving downloads about that person that's sitting in front of you, right? And, as much as I always say, we're always all tapped in, right? We can tap in. People don't tap in. So that's why they need people like you, like me, like other metaphysical, holistic, spiritual healers and practitioners to guide them, right? And it's a real thing. It's a real business. So before the business part, how did you know that this was your real journey? Like what happened that you said, I can do all these other things, but I got to do this?
And I'm getting goosebumps right now. Okay. Somehow I always knew that I was a healer. And I started to really, I had a long time ago, I had an accident where I almost lost my life. Okay. And I feel like God allowed me to still be here because I haven't fulfilled my purpose. Right. And I'm here for a bigger purpose. What is that bigger purpose? And I kept asking God, what is it? What is it? And everything that kept coming to me kept coming holistically, me losing over 50 pounds myself, working on my chakras, like it all went through me first. Right. The healer must heal themselves in order to heal others. Yes. And so by me going through my journey, my passion for what I was doing, my joy, what it activated within me is what allowed me to say, this is what I want to do. This is what activates my happiness, my joy, my excitement, my fun. This is what I love doing. And so from there, I'm like, this is my purpose. Like if it's not lighting you up, if it's not activating you, then that is not your purpose.
Oh my gosh, you better go ahead and preach. You better go ahead. You better tell it. You know what? Because that is so true. And we as women, yes, I'm talking about us. We have the hardest time stepping forth in that power saying, look, like, this is it. This is who I am. You got to either deal with all this or deal with none of this, right? And I wonder, and I would love to get your take on it because I have some ideas about why we do that. But why do you think that Well, first of all, I think it's important that we teach from experience because from what's from the heart reaches the heart. So I think that when you were praying and you were asking God, what is it? What is it? God was taking you through what we would call, the valley, so that you could have the experience for when somebody like me comes to you and says, listen, this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I cannot do this alone. I've tried it. My man done left. I got these kids to raise. I ain't got no money. I'm overweight. Can't fit none of my clothes. I got headaches. I'm all out of balance. You can say from a very non-judgmental place, which is huge. A lot of people will not go seek help because they are afraid of being judged. They are scared of being judged by someone that they perceive has it all together, right? So I love the fact that we both are very well aware that we're extremely human, right? Mm-hmm. And you probably can't tell me nothing that's gonna shock me, scare me, or make me be like, oh my God. Because listen, probably has all happened to me before. But why do you think we run away from that power that has been given to us to make changes in the world?
Because it's a big responsibility. And you know what? Not everyone wants the big responsibility. It's a big responsibility. And it's also like judgment. Like you have to be in a place of confidence of not caring what other people are going to think about you, because they're going to call you everything. They're going to call you witch. They're going to call you all kinds of stuff. Right. And so it's like, oh, you're this big person. Well, they make you bigger than you are, but nevertheless, you're this person that not only are you putting yourself in a place of judgment because now you don't want to be judged. Nobody wants to be judged, right? It's a big responsibility. You're taking in the responsibility of not caring what people think.
Yes.
Not caring what you look like.
Oh God.
I mean, it's all about responsibility. And
yo, let me just say this. So when we first met, you had lost a lot of weight. I didn't know you prior, but you talked about that when you were speaking. And I remember sitting in that room, right? I think maybe I was probably one of the fullest women in that room at that point. I think I probably was one of the fullest women, like all this, I think. And I remember thinking, gosh, I'm going to get up here and I'm going to talk. And I never personally doubt the power of God within me, right? But I doubt Fran. And that's that human thing, right? So I never doubt what God has me to do, but sometimes I don't always show up 100 because I'm dimming that light. Well, I used to dim the light. I don't dim it anymore because I really don't care what you think. But I remember when I got up to the podium and you were sitting in front of me, it was you, and I remember it was Kim, Chris John's mother, and you guys were kind of sitting right here and you both were smiling like you were right now. And I was like, oh, somebody sees me. Like not sees me, but sees me. Like they see me. And then when I started to speak, of course, other people's attention was, but the first thing I felt was a little judged because I did not look like everybody else in the room, right? And then afterwards, I think Kim came up and she said, you know what? I stayed. I was going to leave because I just knew I had to see you, talk to you, know you. She said, if I didn't know anybody else in this room, I knew that. And I remember talking to you and hugging you, and I looked at the picture. Look, it came up in my time hop. I'm gonna find it so we can put it here.
I do.
It came up in my time, and I was just like, wow, look at us, and then look at us, like, right? And I remember when we left and we were driving home, and I said, I met some wonderful people. But I've talked to Marlene before, but that Marlene, she's a star. There's something. And I remember thinking the same thing about Christian. It's like, that business she's got going on, that's going to be something great. But I also looked at the person I was riding with and I said, I really felt judged when I stood there. I said, but after I saw them and I felt their energy, I wasn't afraid anymore, right? Walking in a room where you don't know what you're going to walk into is really something. But you walk into rooms with hundreds of people, lots of people. You are coaching millions of different people, whether it be online, whether you're walking in the room, whether you're climbing a mountain with them. What do you feel is your strongest? I know you know that this is your purpose and you know that this is what you have to do. But what do you feel is your strongest motivation for continuing through the purpose? Because it gets hard sometimes. It gets hard for me. And I'm not doing what you're doing. I ain't climbing no mountains. I ain't putting hands on people. I ain't having ceremonies by the ocean, although I would love to. What makes you, what do you feel is fueling you to continue? Because is it the transformations you see people having? What is it? I want our audience to know that. Because
it's feeling. Yeah. It's the feeling that I have when I see the transformation in front of me. When I see the transformation in front of my eyes, and I go back to when they first started to. And we're never fully transformed. We're always going to be working on ourselves. But when I see where we're at in their journey at that moment, is the gratification, the joy of what I'm seeing in front of me, the light that's activated within that person now. You see someone right before their light is activated. I see it. And then I see it when their light is activated, when they're glowing, when they're happy, when they're joy because of the transformation that they have gone through, the work they have done. It's what activates me as well. Right. It that satisfaction, joy, see that transformation right in front of my eyes.
I love that. I love that. I love that because I know that one of the things that does it for me in my sessions is when somebody gets it. Like when I say something and they get it and you see the light bulb come on, you're like, yes. But you have so many different things to offer. So if I did not know you and I said to you, so what do you think is your most powerful gift? What do you think is the thing that you could do to help women transform their life? Because you know what? A lot of people are going to say, well, I want to see Marlene, but I don't have a lot of time. And I don't have a lot of that. I just don't have a lot of time, right? I want, people want it like that. We want the microwave fixes, right? Nobody really wants to do the work, right? I talk about the work all the time. So I know that my sub be seeing this, they're going to be like, oh, here she go about the work. Yeah. What would you say to someone who says, listen, I just really want to get this done. Can you do something to make me just feel better? I don't want to work out. I don't want to go on top of the mountain. I don't want to do all that. What can you do to help me right now at this moment? What would you tell me to do?
What would I tell you to do? I would tell you to go look in the mirror and tell yourself what is the most beautiful thing that you see in yourself in the mirror.
Okay, and I'm gonna come back and say, well, right now, nothing.
Okay, well, I see 100 things. I see 1,000 things.
How can you help me see those things? Are we gonna do this together? Are you gonna give me a pamphlet? I mean, I need help, and I know nothing about spirituality, right? I know nothing about holistic healing. I just know that you're a holistic healer, and I see your testimonies, and I see you working with all these people, and you're beautiful. But I don't know what are we gonna do for me?
Okay, number one thing is that you and I would start with a Zoom call or even a call every morning to set the intention for your day. for your day, setting the intention. What is that within that 10-minute call that you and I will have every single morning, you set the intention, right? At the end of the day, check in with me and let me know, where are you with the intentions that you set? Second, affirmations. Like I said, you go in the mirror and what is it that we're working on? Are you working on your confidence? Are you working on, your motivation? Are you working on feeling emotionally healthy? What is the intention? Everything you do, as you know, you've taught this over and over, and I've taken your class. Everything is within the intention. What is it that we are intending that particular day? What are we working on? Because by me processing you within that 10-minute call, I will be able to discover what it is that you need support within that moment.
Oh, I love that. So I can go on your website and after we have our little call and you tell me what we're going to do, I can go on your website and I can book you and I can actually talk to you and get this motivation every single day from you. Yes.
Oh, there's a package that I offer that's called Elevating Coaching.
What's your website? Tell us that.
That Elevating Coaching, it starts, like I said, with the awareness of what it is that we're going to be working on. What is it that we're focusing on, right? Because women come to me with many different, from all over the place, with different. Some women will come to me for just specific healing. Right. There are women come for holistic healing within their body, their chakras, right?
Right.
Come directly just for coaching on a breakthrough that they want to have in their life because they want something, right? Whether it's you writing your book, whether it's you opening up your business, how can I support you to get you in within that package? So it's going to be geared according to what it is that you're up to in your life within that.
Okay.
And that package, of course, is where these calls come in every single day for 10 minutes, intending what it is that we're working on to get to that blueprint. You will, a blueprint is created to see what is it that you're creating? What are we focusing on?
That, that is amazing because first of all, I keep saying that's my word though. People know that's my word, amazing. The reason I say that is amazing is because a lot of coaches, now, they're not going to talk to you every day. They're just not going to talk to you. I personally am not going to talk to somebody every day. But I'm not going to call you every day. That is like VIP servicing to your clients. And this is on your website. And tell us your website. We'll put it also in the description. What's your website?
www.wellnessforthesoul.com.
www.wellnessforthesoul.com. Okay.
Number 4. So wellness, number 4, for the soul, THE.com.
.com. Okay. We'll leave all that there. So I know y'all probably trying to write all that down. We'll leave that there. So, okay. So in today's fast-paced, stressful world, we're trying to maintain everything. And we are listening to all of this nonsense about all this foolishness and da. Would you be willing to, let's just say I had a group of people in Colorado, right? And I had worked with you, I've watched your work, whatever. Would you be willing to customize? Because I know a lot of women who have groups that are looking for women to help with that trauma and overall wellness and that holistic approach to it, which is what you do. Would you customize something for my group and maybe come in and teach it? Of course, if we pay you, because you got to be paid for that. Y'all don't be calling Marlene without trying to pay her, because this is her business. Don't get on her website, sending her no emails talking about, I would just like to have a talk with you, because this is her business and we're going to respect that, right? There has to be an energetic exchange of money. Remember that. Y'all want money in y'all business too. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Would you create something custom for that person's needs? So if I went on your website and I was hosting a group of women who were dealing with divorce issues, right? Who are all getting divorced and were having major issues around it. I go on your website, I see you do the trauma, but if we just wanted specifically healing around this divorce, would you customize that for us and maybe come and teach us, or would you Zoom with us if you couldn't make it? And do you offer packages like that for people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And one of the packages that I offer a lot of times, most of the time, is the womb package. So I have a womb package, right, for the sacral.
I'm going to go look at that right now, y'all. Okay, go ahead.
That is, I highly recommend, especially when you're going through a divorce, because, you know, there's a lot of emotional, energetic stuff that we hold there. And so, yes, definitely customizing a package for a group of people that are going through the same experience is something that 1,000.
Okay. All right. Y'all heard that now. So, because a lot of people reach out to me. This is another reason why I wanted to start this with Marlene. Number one, because I just love and adore her, but I know her work and I've seen her work and I know she's passionate about it. But a lot of people contact me about the trauma healing. And so I'm more of a hands-on, I can touch your healing. It's not my favorite thing to do and it's not my specialty, right? But it's your specialty. And you know how to do all of that and work with the energy. And, you know, sometimes we have to be gracious enough to say, that's not what I do, but I know someone who does it and does it very well, right? And that's one of the things that I want to say to you guys. Now, you guys know me very well. You know, all of these Fran fam members know me, and they know that I don't talk about nothing. I don't promote nothing. I don't talk about nobody that it ain't right. They know that, right? They'll ask me lots of stuff, but I know right now that there are a lot of women that are struggling emotionally, physically, from, you know, the emotional and even in sessions it comes up, and I'm always like, you need somebody like Marlene. I don't know how to do the womb healing. I probably need some, but I'll not do it, right? And I feel like that because of your genuineness, you would be if I needed anything like that, you would be the first person I would come to. I would not go, and I'm picky about who I deal with. So I know you, and I know you're a person of integrity, but I also know that you are a woman who has been through trials. So you respect the trial. You understand what I'm saying? And that's amazing. So I have another question. I know that you do a lot of training for yourself, and you do a lot of modules and things to make sure that you are in the line and you are up on the latest techniques. Do you teach those to people?
I do teach those to people. Depending on what it is that they're requesting, we can always customize it.
Okay. Do they get it? Do we get a certificate like Marlene M training, and now I can teach it and help you? Or
that part is coming soon. But yes,
I saw that already. So you get on it. You know, like, you know how they start talking to me. I'm telling you what to do, like it's already done. Get on that, because I think that the more people that you can, you need like a school. The
empowerment school. Yes, definitely the empowerment school.
I love that. Okay. All right. So we can tell us again. I want to tell us again, because I want to value your time, how we can get in touch with you, the website. Give us your name for your Instagram. And again, guys, I'll leave all this here. And Marlene is bilingual. So I have a lot of Spanish speaking clients, right? So much so that I had to get a Spanish speaking interpreter, because you know, when y'all start talking too fast, I can do my little bit, but I can't keep up, because y'all, I'll be like, wait, hold it. But you're bilingual as well, right? So you can help our Spanish speaking friends, fam.
That is absolutely correct.
Okay. All right. So I want you to tell them that you're bilingual, and I want you to tell us in English and in Spanish all of your information, just so we can have it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So my name is Marlene Montaño, and I am a holistic healer and wellness practitioner and a coach. So you can reach me at my website, wellnessforthesoul.com, or you can email me at marlene@wellnessforthesoul.com. Instagram is wellnessforthesoul.com. Threads, wellnessforthesoul.com. So just type in Wellness for the Soul and you'll find me.
With a 4.
Yes, number 4.
With a 4. Okay.
Mi nombre es Marlene Montaño. Yo soy una mujer de medicina. Hago limpias. Mi nombre de Instagram es Wellness for the Soul. Mi página es wellnessforthesoul.com. Mi nombre otra vez es Marlene Montaño. Gracias.
Okay. All right. So is there anything you want to tell us? Anything you want to share? Anything that you're led to share? You have this whole scripting and then spirit just takes over, right? Because there are going to be people that are watching this that need to hear something you have to say. There's going to be somebody who's watching this that says, I've been looking for Marlene for years. There's going to be somebody watching this who's going to call you immediately and say, how can I see you? So you're in the California area, but you will travel. And if I wanted to travel to you, that would have to be a package. So y'all have to talk to her about that, about some kind of VIP experience. What is it that we need? What else do you feel like we need to know?
What I would love to share from my experience is that there is no one more important than you.
Love that. I love that.
You. And the moment that us as women, we start to be graceful about that is the moment that we start to activate the liveliness, the joy, the confidence, the love that resides within us, because it starts within us first. And then it activates every cell of your body on the outside and people can see that. So that's really my message, my power. Share a smile. Every time we smile, we activate not only our energetic body, but you activate the other person that you're smiling with. So that's my message.
Well, I love that. I love that. I love that. That is amazing. You know what, y'all? Listen, I'm going to have Marlene back because we're going to have to do it again. I know, because I have so much I want to talk to you about. I have so much I want them to hear from you because you have so much information. Like, she really is transformative. She transformed. She says that, I helped her, but she really helped me in ways that she probably doesn't even know. And the biggest one was seeing me, accepting me, and acknowledging me. And that, for me, helped so much. And I just want to tell you, I thank you, and I love you, and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for being here.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.